Week 14 was here, and now it is gone, and we officially have 3 weeks left of the NFL regular season, which just saying that out loud sounds absolutely insane, but here we are. This is being recorded and posted before the Monday night game, Cowboys-Bengals. It's the Simpsons game. I don't know what that's going to look like. Interesting all around right there. But we do have a Week 14 slate that we can dive into. Let's start with the Thursday night game. My biggest takeaways from Packers-Lions. One, Dan Campbell's nuts are hanging. That dude going for it with, 4th and 1 in field goal range with 40 seconds left is disgusting work. Sometimes he makes decisions that don't even make sense, things that you probably wouldn't even do in a video game. And when they work, you can't say anything bad about it. But when it doesn't work, like the NFC Championship last year, you kind of have to sit there and be like, dude, what are you doing? I do think Detroit is the best team in the NFL, so you know what? We'll give them that. You trust your guys. Kicking this year has been... It's been interesting. We'll talk about some kickers here in a minute, but between these two teams, I wouldn't be shocked if they played again. What happened to Jaden Reed? Josh Jacobs had 3 rushing touchdowns, but 66 yards. Is he washed? Lions are the best team in the NFL. Packers, I got a feeling they will make the NFC Championship, and well, we'll play the Lions. Browns Steelers, the first touchdown of this game was a Jameis Winston dot, and that is pretty much the only nice thing I can say about this game, for the Browns. Steelers dominated, even with Russell Wilson not having his best game. Just taking a look at the scoring summary, it was all Steelers. After that, it was a dot. It was a dot from Jameis to Jerry Jeudy. But then after that, the Steelers just, they were cooking. Taking a look at the total yards. I mean, Russell Wilson definitely did not have his greatest day. I want to take a look at his passing stats right now. I'm telling you, what was he? 15 for 26, 158 and 2 touchdowns. Wasn't the greatest Russ game, but this Steelers team is coming different. The Steelers team is good because of their defense. This Steelers team is coming different. The Browns, they need to keep losing. They need a quarterback. I got 2 things to say about this game. Shout out the OnlyFans girl who showed up. I think it was Tommy DeVito invited her, and free Malik Neighbors. That dude needs to get out of New York. Jaden Daniels, he would happily take you on our team. The dude needs to get out of New York. I've never seen a rookie request a trade, but if I'm Malik Neighbors, I'm requesting a trade. I don't love any quarterbacks in this up-and-coming draft. Maybe Cam Ward can just launch at 95 yards down the field to Malik Neighbors, but even then, this Giants team needs some help. We might have just saw the last snap of Derek Carr in New Orleans. He got hurt. Not sure what they're going to do regarding him next year, and I'm not sure how serious the injury is. But this team has been so disappointing. This was the second best game of the weekend. Jets, Dolphins. Aaron Rodgers had his first 300-yard passing game in like 15 weeks. That's an insane stat and a half right there. Tua is the most accurate quarterback in the NFL when it comes to passer rating. In like some time they're throwing out names and I was like, what is going on? Why is Tua actually good? I know Tua's good. It's just kind of like a thing. Dolphins had to win that game. They got it to OT. They won. If Tua doesn't get hurt, what is this Dolphins team record? They're a good team now. The Jets are not a good... I mean, the Jets are a good team on paper. They just can't win. This, again, a prime example. They had the game in their hand. The Dolphins kick a game-winning field goal. You can see the box score right there. It was 10-0 in the third. The Jets were cooking. Miami gets the ball, 11-3 in the fourth, bring it to overtime. Jonnu Smith had a legacy drive, and that was the game. Devonta Adams, Garrett Wilson looked great. Tyreek Hill had a Tyreek Hill game. Finally, Jalen Waddle looked good. Devon Achane had 14 carries for 24 yards. He might need to switch to a full-time wide receiver. Jags-Titans. I didn't watch this game. This game sucked. All I can say is Will Levis isn't the problem. Maybe he is. And the Jags, they need Travis Hunter now. Falcons-Vikings. Kirk Cousins, is he washed? Is it time to put in Michael Penix? I don't know. Minnesota Vikings, are they real contenders? I really think they are. Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson, if they keep playing like that with TJ Hawkinson, Sam Darnold is apparently that guy. This team is scary. The fact that 3 of the 4 real NFC contenders for the Super Bowl are in the NFC North is insane to me. Vikings, Lions, and Packers. This division is going to be scary. Atlanta, I don't know what to say. You're 6-7. You're probably not going to make the playoffs anymore. This was a must-win game for you. 2 bright spots, Bijan Robinson and apparently Darnell Mooney. Drake London looked good. What happened to Kyle Pitts? And I think it is time that Kirk Cousins sits the bench and we bring in Michael Penix. This was one of my most anticipated games of the weekend simply because somebody threw $3 million on the Eagles. That was some straight degeneracy and maybe they should call the number. The Eagles looked good. They can't kick a field goal and make a field goal to save their life. This season, we have seen more good kickers just fall off than ever before, and I'm watching a lot of college football too, and those guys can't kick the football either, so the NFL kicking is just cooked. The Panthers are a prime example, and I guess Bryce Young, of why you need to sit your young quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes did not play his first entire season. He sat and learned behind Alex Smith. Not saying Alex Smith is the greatest thing of all time, but he got a year to develop under a good veteran quarterback. Exactly what Bryce Young got to do with Andy Dalton. Another reason why I don't want the Titans to give up on Will Levis. You bring in a veteran in the offseason, let him sit behind him. You're a little, few years behind schedule with that one. But young quarterbacks, they need time to develop. I also wonder what Rod Wave said on the phone to Bryce Young. This dude has been hooping. If Xavier Legette can catch the football, I better lost $3 million on the Carolina Panthers. Just let that sink in. Raiders-Bucks, another game I didn't really watch, but Shador Sanders, you are going to look good in black and silver. Aiden O'Connell's done for the year. I have no idea who Sincere McCormick is. Where did you play college football? 24 years of age. Who is this guy? Okay, Sincere McCormick. I watch a lot of football. I do not know who you are. Either way, the Raiders are cooked. The Bucks, the game was way too close for majority of the time. I don't think the scoreboard necessarily tells that same story, but it should have been a blowout, and it wasn't. Weird game. Afternoon slate, Seahawks, Cardinals first up, 30-18. This was a weird game. First things first, JSN is a baller. Zach Charbonnet is better than Kenneth Walker, and the Arizona Cardinals cannot put together an entire season of good football. This team right here, the Arizona Cardinals, they are destined to be 8-8 every single year. They go on these streaks of being really good, and then they go on these streaks of being, what am I watching? And it seems like it happens every single year. Now, last year they were just bad, but the year before, and then the year before that, and now this year, they sucked to begin the year. Then they got pretty good, they heated up, and now this team is just not good. Kyler Murray is making some questionable decisions. I don't think this team is fully cooked for the year, but they might be cooked. Bears-Niners was a funny game. The Niners are not a good team this year, and the Bears are just worse. Let's start with Chicago. They cannot block much. They are just not good. Every single team, when they fire their head coach, you get that boost of playing for somebody else. Flus clearly lost the locker room. This Bears team came off a coach firing and looked worse. Chicago, you guys are permanently cursed. The 49ers, they are playing their third string running back, Isaac Guerendo, and he got hurt. He looked good, but then he got hurt. This season is cursed. If you're a Niners fan, I'm sorry. The Rams are heating up. We'll get to them in a second, and you are probably not going to make the playoffs. Unfortunate, but you'll be back next year. Team's just not healthy. CMC, it's a washed year. Game of the weekend. Two just thoughts on this game. Josh Allen basically won the MVP while losing the game, and the Rams know how to play winning football when it matters. I would not want to play this Los Angeles team when it comes to February, when it comes to January, when it comes to December. This team is heating up. Rams did get away with two crucial penalties. There was a false start on one of their conversions, then on the Puka Nacua screen touchdown. I think Cooper Kupp was a little bit early on that block. Either way, this was one of the best games we've gotten to watch in a minute. The Bills, I still think, are the best team in the AFC. The Rams are heating up. This was the second highest scoring game of the year, and it lived up to the hype. I'll be honest, I didn't watch this game, but I don't think the Chiefs are that good. They won off another Chiefs black magic. Just what is going on in Kansas City? Are the Chiefs frauds? No, but this team is winning, 15 straight one-possession games. Eventually, you're going to lose one of them. Mahomes is just doing Mahomes things. This Chargers team, they needed J.K. Dobbins, 10 carries, 36 yards for Gus Edwards, and they need Ladd McConkey. I will say, if you're a Chargers fan, you definitely have some things to look forward to. If you're a Chiefs fan, well, you're a Chiefs fan. Good for you. And that was every game we had this weekend. Let me know down below what was your biggest takeaway from this weekend. What team am I glazing? What team am I sleeping on? As always, I appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Peace, gents. Catch you fellas later.